Hello and welcome to the steute how-to video series. With these videos we want to help you install and set up our products. This video is about how to connect to the TCP IP receiver, teach in switches and select the various operating modes. After the power supply is connected, the green LED MD lights up continuously. Before we access the web page to configure the receiver, a quick note on resetting the receiver. If I press the S1 key for 10 seconds, the gateway's device configuration will be reset to the factory defaults. The IP address is then 192.168.0.123. To reset to the factory settings, the button S1 must be pressed for 20 seconds. This will also reset the list of taught-in switches. The steute TCP IP receiver has an integrated web page for configuring the network setting and for teaching in wireless switches and transmitters. Before the web page can be displayed, it is important to ensure that the configuration PC and the wireless gateway are in the same IP address range. For the initial setup, it is therefore a good idea to have a point-to-point connection. In this case, I have already done that. I have connected the receiver to my laptop via an Ethernet cable and set my laptop's IP address to a corresponding address range. Now we can connect to the configuration page for the first time. To do this, I enter the web page's IP address in my browser. The default is 192.168.0.123. Click Enter and I'm in the entrance page. On the entrance page, all sensors and switches currently taught to the receiver are displayed. At the moment, we want to focus on the receiver's basic settings. We can find these under the sub-item Device Configuration. To log in here, we need the username and password. By default, the username is steute and the password is steute123. After clicking on Login, we are taken to the configuration page. Here we can change the factory default IP address to one that has been approved for our network by the IT department. Next, we can and should change the password used to access the gateway. In our case, the old password is steute123 and we can assign a new one and repeat it again for security. A click on Change Password, the password is saved and we can log out. The Wireless Sensor Configuration tab shows an overview of the 40 teachable wireless transmitters. The list is empty upon delivery or after a factory reset. To teach wireless sensors or switches, either check the Learn Mode Active field or, if known, enter an ID directly. The ID in the sensor ID field is always entered in hexadecimal format, for example 3D937B. The ID is transferred by clicking the Add button. The ID saved in this way can be found at the first free position in the list below. In active learn mode, all receiver telegrams are evaluated unfiltered and IDs unknown up to that point are automatically added to the next free position in the sensor list. After the switch IDs have been taught, the learn mode should be terminated by the operator. This is especially necessary for our S-Wave radio systems. Otherwise, to the gateway transmitted telegrams are not acknowledged and the radio frequency is unnecessarily blocked due to repeated transmissions. To access a single sensor, click on the sensor to view the wireless configuration details. The following detail page will open. The protocol setting determines how and where to the switching information of the sensor will be transferred. The first option is a UDP protocol. The gateway sends an UDP package to the specified IP address and port. TCP server. The gateway provides a server defined by the port and IP address specified below. An external client can establish a TCP connection to this server. The client receives a TCP telegram when the switching state changes. TCP client. The gateway acts as a client. the gateway establishes a connection to the server under the specified IP address and port number. When a change occurs, the current switching state is sent to the server. And finally, none. The gateway does not establish a special connection for this sensor on its own. If all data from the active sensors are to be sent to the same address via the all collective message, this setting reduces the configuration effort. The wireless behavior of the S-Wave wireless switches can be adjusted under the Wireless Sensor Configuration tab. Depending on the application requirements, the Listen Before Talk function can be turned on or off. Basically, it is recommended to activate Listen Before Talk in order to ensure a secure delivery of the switching data. On the other hand, the response time is a few milliseconds slower, depending on the radio load. To monitor the wireless switches, a regular status telegram at intervals of 10, 100, 1000 or 10,000 seconds can be set. The additional telegrams are at the expense of the battery life of the wireless switches. By default, the Listen Before Talk option is enabled and the transmission of a status signal is turned off.